So welcome everyone. Hopefully you are enjoying the videos that I'm doing. I'm just starting. I'm new to YouTube, but I want to do this full time, and I'm really excited about it. But yeah, it's kind of hard to get it going at first, but hopefully it works. Anyway, today I am, first of all, I am doing wellness videos. So these are going to be like everything wellness, if you haven't seen it in my videos before. So like everything that has to do with wellness. So we're not going to talk about just like the what you eat and what your exercise and mental health, like everything that has to do with wellness. So there's going to be a lot of different subjects that pop up, and some of them are going to be quite short, some of them are going to be longer, but today's is going to be a little bit longer because I want to do the foundation of wellness, and that is meeting our needs, our basic needs. And so I want to talk about needs and satisfiers. So this is going to just give the context to some of my other videos, or basically all my other videos. And satisfying needs is crucial to good health and well-being. In order to be healthy and well, we must meet our needs, of course. But what do we mean when we say needs? What exactly is a need? You say, well, I need this or I need that. Now, you might be saying that that's simple. We need things like food, we need water, we need shelter. Okay, so those are very basic needs, and that is subsistence. Definitely, we need clothing. But what about, oh, I didn't bring that out. Well, anyway, what about something like this? Is that a need? Or how about a trip to the Caribbean? These might be needs as well, depending on your definition of needs and depending on the individual. So, what is a need? A need versus a want. Some people say, well, that's a want, like I want to go to the Caribbean. But, it might just be a need depending on what you're looking at. So some of the needs that we have, okay, so some of the goods, utilities, services, other resources, things for basic survival. So, like we understand that. So you might say the desire to play the piano is a want rather than a need, right? Because you're not going to die if you don't play the piano. But expression of our creativity is actually a human need. It's one of the human needs, is creativity. And I will discuss what these needs are, and there's 9 of them. But that is one of them in order to live a fulfilling, full, healthy life. So maybe, like to express your creativity, you might want to play the piano. So that would be one way to express it. So in that case, it would be considered a satisfier of a need. And so, the definition of a need is not so cut and dry. So I am going to try to break this down. So some of you might be familiar with Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So I'm not going to go into that. I am going to focus on the 9 needs discussed by Manfred Max Neef. And if you are interested, there is, excuse me, more detailed video regarding the 9 needs, and excuse me, with the focus on environmental sustainability. And I have included the link on that video below. So if you're looking at, because he just discusses what those 9 needs are in context of sustainability, and I'm not going to go down that road. So I'm going to talk about something quite a bit different. And this is going to be in context to my other videos on well-being. And because I'm really interested in the reasons why people purchase certain goods and services and engage in certain activities. For example, why would somebody buy a Rolex watch? And if you can get one for $30, it's going to do the same thing. if all you want is something that tells time. So there's way more to it than that. So here are the 9 basic needs. So I am going to move the computer because I'm in a room where there's a whiteboard here. And I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully you can see that. So we have subsistence, protection, affection, understanding, idleness, creation, uh, participation, identity, and freedom. And I think what I'll do is when I write these again, I'm just going to put them on a slide because I'm just trying this out. So I'm probably just going to cut this out of the video. So subsistence, protection, affection, understanding, idleness, creation, participation, identity, and freedom. So subsistence, we're talking about food, water, shelter, protection. Again, we're talking about shelter and also things like insurance. And affection, love, friends, family, understanding. You want to have your voice heard. You know, you want your opinion to matter. And idleness, we all need free time. And creation, creativity. So this is where the piano example comes in. Music, drama, cooking, writing, and participation. So contributing something through either work, volunteer, clubs, community, identity, sense of self, and part of a group. So this is a really big one, and I will be talking about this on its own and its own video. And freedom, being able to determine the course of your life, that's really important. And a lot of people don't have that, and so they don't have their needs met. So when we purchase an item or use resources, it must meet one or more of those 9 needs. And those resources, so say, you know, you're having lunch, you know, satisfying your need for nutrition, that is a satisfier. And they don't necessarily have to be something you buy. So not all the satisfiers are things that you purchase. For example, you don't purchase your needs for affection and love usually. Normally that would be, you know, your friends and your family, but you do need to spend time, you know, and other resources. So and energy. And in many of my videos, I will be talking about wellness and meeting or not meeting needs. We cannot truly be happy when we don't have our needs met. So this is why it's important to be meeting your needs. So how is this helpful to me? What's the big deal on this and in meeting needs? When we go to purchase something or use a resource, we could be asking ourselves, because, you know, we're just purchasing things, we're going to the store, we're buying something. A lot of times we do that mindlessly. So we could be asking ourselves, what need, if any, does this item meet? And is there another way to meet this need? So in other words, do I need to purchase something, or do I already have something that meets that need? Do I really need it? Is the need already being met? For example, so we do need clothing. So you might be at the store buying a pair of shoes and a pair of black shoes and realize that, you know, like you already have 15 pairs. So do you really need another pair of shoes? Maybe, maybe not. You know, it's good to be thinking about stuff like this. Now, when we're talking about purchasing things and our consumerism, you know, we think about, well, yeah, we want to go backwards. That's going backwards. When we're thinking like this, you know, we're actually going forward. You know, one of the new buzzwords of today is mindfulness, right? We want to be mindful, and mindful consumerism That's, we should be thinking about that, right? And so often we just go and purchase and buy this and buy that. So you might be surprised to find that the item that you thought you needed was actually just a passing desire, something that you might have seen on the TV. You might have just liked the color of it and decided to buy it without even thinking. And then what happens is that you end up broke and your home is cluttered. And it really doesn't give you anything. It doesn't add to your well-being. And we want the things that you buy to be adding to your well-being because, you know, we do have limited resources out there to be purchased as far as environment goes. And we do have limited funds, especially these days. And so it'd be good to be thinking mindfully. And so often when we purchase something, and if you're honest about this, you probably think, well, okay, this is definitely me. You purchase things to satisfy your need for identity. Remember, identity is a need. So being part of something, you know, your identity, like, who are you? You know, like, who am I? You don't buy that. And so I'm going to be talking about that need. So that is one of the 9 basic needs, is identity. And I am going to be talking about that in its own separate video because it needs its own video. Actually, I've got it down into 2 different parts. So, and then there's going to be things that stem from that because identity is extremely important and is becoming more important in our society. And we don't want to get off into this idea of like buying things to satisfy our need for identity because you can never do it. And so I'm going to be talking about that in another video. And so I don't want to be spoiling it here. And so I'm just going to end this video here. And thank you for watching.